Welcome to WNBA basketball on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Indiana Fever as they go up against the Minnesota Lynx. From the city of Lakes, Minnesota, I'm Blake Suniga, courtside with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz. We're ready to call the action tonight.
You know, with the length of the WNBA season, it can really fly by in a hurry.
Just when you think you're starting to get settled in, we've already played a decent chunk of the year.
And that makes each game count that much more. There's very little room for error during the regular season.
Yeah, nice play there. Boston is a dominant presence in the paint at both ends.
Collier outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Smith. The 3. Natasha Howard with the block. Goes up with it again. And Collier lays it in.
This speaks to Collier's no-quit attitude. She is just determined to keep plays going with her hustle.
Now here's Clark. Pupa with the rebound. McBride outside. Smith. Screen by Smith. Pass to McBride. Here's Collier. Guarded by Howard. Collier inside. Howard's there. Good D by Natasha Howard.
A shaky first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 make.
Now here's Clark. She's guarded closely. Chalk up 2 right there.
Very well done. Confident and composed as always.
Down low. Here's Pupa. Soft touch off the glass.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead her to the rim with a pass like that.
Bonner outside. Count it. Good. Minnesota trailing.
She's been in this league for a decade and a half now, but Wnba Bonner is still going strong.
Yeah, that's maybe her greatest attribute, her consistency of excellence. She can do a lot of things at a high level, and you always love to see her activity level at both ends. She's a coach's dream.
Now here's Clark. Shot clock at 5. Releases. It's hauled in by Griffin.
Even though she missed it, she couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, they don't come much easier than that.
Passy Pupa. Collier with it. Again, Minnesota.
Love Collier's discipline on offense. Looks for a shot she likes and dedicates to it.
Clark with it. Sinks the triple.
Talk about falling asleep on defense. I don't know how you can give a shooter like her that much space from beyond the arc.
Shot by Pupa, no good. Foul called that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw.
Love the fearless attitude from Wnba Bonner inside. You can't be afraid to battle around the rim.
And the first one at the line is good. And guys, we've heard so much about Caitlin Clark, but Brian, why don't you give a scouting report to those who haven't gotten a chance to see her play?
Well, she's an incredible passer. She's got limitless range, and I think she's underrated as a defender. For the Fever, we're talking about a franchise player to build around.
Here's Pupa. Pass to Smith. Here's Griffin. McBride outside. She gets it in there.
The catalyst of the team, McBride is dependent on for buckets, and I'll tell you, she usually delivers.
Now here's Clark. She has 5. Here's Mitchell. And it goes as the official calls the foul. count it, and she'll shoot one more at the line. Drafted back in 2018, Kelsey Mitchell has spent her entire career with Indiana.
Yeah, and the Fever have yet to make the playoffs with her on the team. It's made Kelsey really overlooked. Quietly, she's carried their offense over the years, put up big numbers, and was an all-star in 2023.
And Mitchell understands her role on this team. She's out there to score as often as she can.
Now here's McBride. She's covered by Mitchell. Here's Smith. No good on the three.
Her shooting numbers slipping this quarter.
Lets it go for 14. Rebound by the Lynx.
The shot was there for her. She had to take it. And I don't care if she didn't convert. She should take it again next time.
Pass to McBride. Over Mitchell. McBride misses.
Well, she didn't have a hand in her face, so I thought she was for sure going to bury that.
Clark outside. Back to Bonner. Clark outside. Boston sets a screen. Again, the miss by the Fever. Smith outside. Here's Ipupa. Pass to Griffin. McBride with the ball. Bonner defending. Here's Collier. And they force the shot clock violation. Great defense.
To Indiana. Substitution on the court.
The Fever with the lead. Hall takes it out to Clark. Mitchell outside. They set the screen. Goes up again. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Just a strong finish through contact. Kelsey Mitchell refusing to be out-muscled. I love to see that kind of physicality from her.
Here's Carlton. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Pass to McBride. Yes. And it's Courtney Williams with the assist that time. Now here's Clark. D right on her. Hall. No good off front iron. Outside Williams. Pass to Carlton. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That'll get the ref's attention.
You have to make sure your feet are set. When you set those screens, they'll get you for it.
I thought maybe she was set. Now, I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think maybe they got that one wrong.
Now here's Wallace. Hall nailed from three-point land.
Well, a big part of Wallace's game is finding others, initiating offense.
Pass to Carlton. Now here's Collier. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Boston with it. Collier's there. And here's Cunningham. Back to Boston. And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her. It's going to be on Nafisa Collier.
Well, you just have to be excited about Aaliyah Boston, a young woman with tons of skills. She dominated in college, and she's going to dominate in the WNBA.
She misses the free throw.
Now, you talk about Aaliyah Boston. She gives you everything you want in a big. Outstanding around the hoop, elite defensively. And Boston, she can even hit threes as well to space the floor.
Good on the second free throw. 3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Carlton. And here's Heidemann. She's covered by Cunningham. Shoots a three, and that one's good. Heidemann.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Fever ahead, up by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what stands out to you from the Fever in this one?
Well, Blake, we've seen them get to the line a lot in the first period of play.
And that's how you keep a crowd quiet. Just methodically score at the line and take the wind out of the fans.
The Lynx trailing. Pass to Carlton. Williams. To the paint. And stolen by Cunningham. To the middle. Here's Wallace. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You see the balance from Wallace. Locked in on scoring no matter what the defense throws her way.
Collier outside. 4 on the clock. To the inside. Carlton gets the bucket. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far.
And when you talk about winning, historically, the Lynx are up there with any team in the WNBA.
Absolutely. You look at their 4 titles, which is tied for the most in league history. Then you see they have the 3rd best winning percentage of all time. I mean, this is a franchise that consistently has been in the hunt over the years.
Here's Carlton. Puts up a 3. No good. All. She's guarded by Williams. And good that time.
Special delivery right there, fellas. Just a wonderful entry feed.
Pass to Collier. Here's Heidemann. From beyond the arc. That one's off. She's now 1 for 2. And here is Wallace. Hall. She's guarded by Williams. Left side Boston. Tries again. And the layup is good.
There's a pattern taking shape. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Yeah, 4 of their last 5 baskets have been of exactly that variety.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota. Here's Ipupa. Pass to Williams. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Second chance points can just be so deflating for the defensive team.
They set the pick. Hall. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Ipupa. She's covered by Mitchell. Here's Collier. The shot will not fall. Aaliyah Boston with some nice defense there.
Hey, it didn't take long for Aaliyah Boston to make waves here in the W. She came ready.
Aside from the accolades she racked up in her first season, her team just plays better with her on the floor. She's a spark plug out there, and it seems that the team goes the way Aaliyah goes. She is a force at the 4-5 position in this league.
The first one falls.
And it's been a rough few years for Indiana. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2016.
Single-digit wins in 5 of the last 7 seasons. But the good news is the Fever have loads of young talent. starting with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, they have arguably the best young core in the W.
You know, one of the areas Aaliyah Boston really shines is on the glass.
Yeah, she is an efficient rebounder. And as we all know, rebounds often win or lose games. Then you add in Boston's offensive efforts, and she really is a big contributor to team success. I like when Boston is selfless like this. So good at connecting with open teammates.
Here's Ipupa. She's covered by Mitchell. Pass to Ipupa. Inside. Tries from 7. And the Lynx miss again. Indiana with the ball. Their defense has allowed only 4 points in the quarter. Hall. She's guarded by Williams. Hall connects from three-point range.
She can be forgotten in their offense sometimes, but the D, you got to keep an eye on her still.
Pass to Ipupa. Here's Griffin. There's a screen. Looking to end the run. That shot by Collier, no good.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
Lays it up and banks it in.
She has shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves.
Now Williams. Pass to Griffin. And Aaliyah Boston with the block.
Well, Boston has great length that we don't see too often in the W. She definitely knows how to put it to work.
McBride. She's covered by Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Smith. Drills it from outside.
With a naturally quick release, Smith is an effective option in catch-and-shoot situations.
Now here's Clark. Tight defense on her. To the paint. Boston. Yes, what an assist from Caitlin Clark.
Getting better and better. Got that field goal percentage up in the 60s now.
Yeah, they've dialed in here in the second quarter, playing well.
McBride. She's covered by Mitchell. The Fever pull it in. Clark outside. And another basket for Indiana.
And that'll raise their field goal percentage even more. They're enjoying a big edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. They've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has just been great.
Such a high IQ on this team.
Now here's Mitchell. A 17-point lead, and it's their biggest. Here's Ipupa. She's covered by Clark.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Pass to Ipupa. And the Lynx miss again. To the middle. Howard, that's good.
Defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And if they don't start showing some aggression, things are just going to get worse.
Here's Ipupa. Screen by Smith. Collier, guarded by Howard. Beyond the arc. And Nafisa Collier hits from deep.
A legitimate threat from beyond the arc. Collier feels comfortable trying her luck whenever she's given the chance.
Clark left side. That's in, and her 4th basket of the night. She's taken 7 shots. That's a solid 57%. Pass to Griffin. Now McBride. She's covered by Mitchell. Unloads from 13 feet. Collier can't get it to go.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, and that's firmly in the driver's seat.
Rebounding, it's an effort stat. They've been the more determined team to this point.
I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
That might make the defense even worse, but that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed from right around the rim.
And that one's good. Collier.
Well, after failing to hit a three-pointer in the first quarter, she's already got 2 here in the second.
Mitchell with it. And she banks in the layup.
Yeah, late reaction for the defense. She's always going to convert that.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Fever ahead, up 19. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close. And we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third started. Well, and it's been an absolute clinic out there from Aaliyah Boston.
Well, I think it'll be important to see if they can stop her down in the second half, because so far they have not had any answer for her when she's down on the block.
Yeah, maybe mixing up her looks, bumping her out, front her, double down. Just do something to throw her off her rhythm.
And welcome back as we begin the second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, but anything can happen. Indiana with the ball. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Boston right side. Here's Bonner. And the layup is good.
Wow. I mean, come on. That's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, it's just nowhere to be found.
They have to start committing more bodies down low.
Now here's Collier. McBride. She's covered by Mitchell. Shoots from 12. And Bonner pulls it down.
You got to give them credit for the job they've done on the boards.
Well, guys, they've done a lot of things well, but their rebounding is right at the top of the list.
Caitlin Clark outside. Minnesota grabs the miss. One thing about Nafisa Collier, she's great at many things. She's not a specialist. She's well-rounded.
Well, how about this? I mean, she's been top 10 in the league in scoring, rebounding, steals, blocks. I mean, that's 4 of the 5 major food groups. She gives you everything at a high level.
Now here's Clark. She's got 9. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And when you talk about Natasha Howard, you have to look at more than those scoring numbers. Her impact goes deeper than that.
I think sometimes, us as broadcasters, analysts, we can normally measure players a little bit too much with their scoring average. Howard's won 3 titles in major part because of her defense. She's won a Defensive Player of the Year, and she does so many things on the floor that don't show up in the box score.
Well, back in the early 2010s, the Lynx went on one of the best runs we've ever seen.
And forget, WNBA. We're talking one of the best runs in American pro sports history. From 2011 to 2017, 4 titles, 6 final appearances, sustained excellence we haven't seen since.
And the two-way game of Howard is impressive. A legitimate offensive threat who also defends with tenacity.
Screen by Smith. Here's Collier. Good D by Natasha Howard. Indiana with the ball. It's an 18-point game. Pass to Boston. Now Clark. 5 on the clock. Indiana again missing.
It's very dangerous to leave her open like that. Lucky break for the D that she missed it.
Back to Collier. Puts it up. The shot's good. Kayla McBride making the play.
The ability to catch and shoot comes down to quick decision making. And I think Collier has a pretty good grasp of that.
Mitchell outside. Boston sets a screen. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Here's McBride.
Timeout.
She's got 10. Now a timeout called by Minnesota. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Clock at 6. Pass to Smith. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by the Fever. Mitchell outside. Outside Howard. Back to Mitchell. From past the arc, good for the 5th time in 5 shots. She remains perfect.
Everyone knows that Kelsey Mitchell can score, so the question is, defensively, how do you slow her down? Well, tonight, they've really had no answers.
Now here's McBride. 10 points for her. Pass to Smith. Screen by Smith. For 3, and Afisa Collier knocks down the 3 ball.
A great shooter for Pete Collier, responding with her own trifecta.
Caitlin Clark with the 3. The Fever rebound.
Boston.
The shot from the low post is good.
Where was the box out? Some easy second chance points.
Those kinds of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
For 3, and Afisa Collier.
Aaliyah Boston grabs the miss.
Mitchell with it. Now guarded by Collier. Back to Mitchell. Down low. That one's good. Clark.
Check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates on the same page.
McBride outside. Collier. Smith. Bonner defending. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc.
She's knocking down her shots today, but it unfortunately hasn't really translated to the scoreboard.
Here's Clark. Good on the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now. I mean, there's more holes in their defense than in a block of Swiss cheese.
Man, you just made me hungry, but that's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were in tight. They've established themselves inside. Where's the cheese? Triples keep on falling, guys. 3 in a row now.
These defenders can't stay so soft on the perimeter.
Time called here. The Fever decide to talk it over. The Fever making a switch here. And here's Indiana. It's an 18-point lead. Pass to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And she gets the bucket.
Well, in the paint, Mitchell's power gives her an edge. She's able to get around any defenders.
Over to the left wing. On the wing, Kayla McBride. To the inside, Carlton. Minnesota the rebound. Back to McBride. Here's the pick. The 3. Caitlin Clark with the board.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason they have absolutely just controlled this game.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative for sure.
And it started out with the rebounding. It sets a tone.
Now here's Boston. She's got 13. Tries it from 19. And she gets the jumper to drop.
Well, the jump shot, it's been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They keep on pulling up and just watching them go down.
And that opens up your offense.
No problems knocking that one down.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the threes.
Yeah, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it, non-existent.
Now here's Clark. Wnba on the wing. Fires from deep. He can't hit that time. It's stolen by Kelsey Mitchell. Now the Fever moving it up the floor. Good.
They've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
It has. They've done a good job recognizing anytime they've had numbers and then taking advantage. We've seen it again and again.
Pass to Carlton. Another three for Minnesota.
Three-pointers keep dropping. You sense the frustration mounting for these defenders, their coaches, their fans, everyone.
Yeah, they just have not been able to take that shot away.
Stolen, and the Lynx pushing it up now. Basket counts.
They're not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore, and they had a lot more attempts in the first half.
Now here's Mitchell. She's guarded by Williams. This one for three. And Kelsey Mitchell gets the three.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Fever ahead, up 19. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back. Fourth quarter of action starting up in what has been a one-side show. Outside Cunningham. Howard the screen. Cunningham with it. Now guarded by Collier. All. 4 on the shot clock. Missed inside. And here are the Lynx now. Trailing by 19. Here's Heidemann. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They've found the touch here in the second from the field.
Green by Howard. All. She's guarded by Williams. Here's the three. Minnesota grabs the miss. Pass to Collier. Howard with the rebound.
That's a surprise. Out of character for her to miss those when the D's not right in her face.
Mitchell with it. Howard inside. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
First team foul.
And this Minnesota franchise is built around their star, Napheesa Collier.
Well, you think about 2022, Collier played just 4 games. In the Lynx, they missed the playoffs. Last year, Collier took her game to another level, a first-team All-WNBA selection.
No good on the free throw.
And after going first overall in the 2023 draft, Aaliyah Boston went on to win Rookie of the Year.
Led the league in shooting percentage, top 10 in rebounding and blocks. I mean, what more could you ask from a rookie big? Boston, an immediate impact made in setting the foundation in Indiana.
And she misses the second one as well. So 0 for 2 that time.
And in 2023, Minnesota finished as the 6th seed with a record of 19-21.
Well, Minnesota missed the playoffs in 2022, which ended their 11-year postseason streak. But they regrouped, and in 2023, they took the Sun the full 3 games in the first round, almost pulling off the huge upset. But what was most important was getting back to the postseason.
She has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it really hasn't affected the team that much.
And add another three-pointer to their second half total.
They came out of the break dropping bombs and are just not letting up.
You'll love to see that.
Timeout called the Fever. The Lynx making a switch here.
Minnesota Lynx dancers.
Howard, covered by Collier. Down low. That's in. It's her 5th field goal, and she's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7.
Passy Pupa.
Here's Collier, guarded by Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Fades. And it's Collier missing.
Well, with little defensive pressure, she turned a high percentage shot into a low percentage shot by employing the fadeaway.
Shoots from the high post. It's hauled in by the Lynx.
That's a shot she's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Here's Williams. Can't connect from short range.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that one.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Pupa.
Collier. "16 feet out, and that one drops for her."
With a laundry list of moves in her arsenal, Collier can pick and choose how she wants to beat defenders.
The 9-foot shot hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
She's had such a steady hand, and I think watching this game, she's the one responsible for getting them this lead late.
Yeah, her shooting percentage is unreal right now. Just so dependable here today.
Crash the boards with purpose right there. Some hard-earned second-chance points.
Here's Howard. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Collier.
Here's Pupa.
Carlton. No good from outside.
She may have been surprised to find herself so open. I mean, maybe that's why she missed.
So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots next.
And I'll let you two take out your crystal balls here. What do you think is the next step for this league?
I just think everything gets bigger. We're talking ratings, attendance, interest. We're just now scratching the surface.
Absolutely, and we've seen massive growth the last few years, and to me, the WNBA, this is not where it ends up. They're just getting started, and it's going to continue every year to get bigger and bigger.
And she knocks down the first one. And she makes both free throws. This Lynx squad struggling. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The idea of setting the screen on that play, it was the good idea, the right idea, but the execution was not.
Yeah, you really want to set a hard screen, but you also want to make sure it's a legal one.
Clark outside. To the middle, and stolen by Smith. Pass to Griffin. And she converts the layup.
What a plus it is to get those looks in the paint.
Here's the Fever with the ball. Clark outside. Mitchell outside. From 20 feet out. Indiana again missing. And here are the Lynx now. It's a 14-point game.
Passy Pupa.
Now here's McBride. Off target from outside. Now here's Mitchell. Howard up top. And here's Clark. Mitchell left side. Howard the screen. And Kelsey Mitchell hits from deep.
She has really deep range. Mitchell's offensive game starts with that three-point shot. It forces defenders to pick her up at half court.
Asi Pupa. Here's Griffin. Collier, covered by Collier. Boston outside. Here's Mitchell. Good, and it's Aaliyah Boston who picks up the assist.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
And the three ball is good.
A shooter who doesn't really need much space to be effective. McBride has a quick and accurate release.
Timeout called the Fever. Here's Bonner. Basket good.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
I don't know if I'd call it 100% secure, but at least 98%.
I'll go 99.2.
Smith, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
Now here's Clark. Just 3 to shoot. The 3 from Natasha Howard. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
What are they thinking, leaving her with all that space out there? Don't they know that that's pretty much a layup for her?
Pass to Smith. Makes it off the glass. And here is Mitchell. Boston sets a screen. Kelsey Mitchell into the lane. And a missed layup. Here's Ipupa. Pass to McBride. Now here's Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by Smith. From outside the arc. Yes, and it's Nafisa Collier with the assist that time.
And you got to give credit to Collier for the find. Her 6'2" height allows her to have a clean view of the court, doesn't miss open teammates.
And so it's the Fever taking care of business in this one. And this crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
Boy, I mean, for us too, it was shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the type of win they had tonight.